Marisol had left her home country in search of a better life, but she carried her homeland deep within her heart. Every day, she worked diligently while nurturing dreams of a brighter future for her daughters, Pamela and Davina. One fateful afternoon, Marisol's phone rang, and her heart sank as she heard the distressed voice of her sister, Ella, on the other end of the line. Davina, just 5 years old, had fallen seriously ill. Davina's condition required medical treatment at the hospital in the city. Marisol had no savings, as she had been sending most of her money home. Desperation washed over her as she realized the only way to save her daughter was to take out a loan. With tears in her eyes, she confided in her employer, Mrs. Thompson, about her situation. Marisol asked Mrs. Thompson if she could give her a loan. Mrs. Thompson was a compassionate woman and understood Marisol's plight. She could loan Marisol some money but not the full amount. She sat down with Marisol, offering her support and guidance. Together, they devised a plan to help Marisol secure a loan for Davina's treatment. Borrowing the strict minimum. To avoid borrowing more than necessary, Marisol calculated the exact amount required for Davina's treatment. This amount covered not only the medical expenses but also travel costs for getting to the hospital. Only use licensed moneylenders. With Mrs. Thompson's assistance, Marisol researched various lenders in the city. It was important to find a licensed moneylender with fair terms and a straightforward application process. She excluded all the moneylenders that were not licensed or asking for passport or ID documents as a guarantee. Understanding the terms. Before signing for a loan, Marisol took the time to review it and asked Mrs. Thompson to look with her at the loan terms, including interest rate, repayment schedule, and any potential late fees. She selected the best offer and had a clear understanding of her financial obligations. Creating a budget. To ensure she could meet the loan repayments, Marisol made a detailed budget. This budget outlined her living expenses, including remittances, along with the monthly loan repayment and a deduction for the money Mrs. Thompson had lent her. Paying back on time. With the loan secured, Marisol remained committed to her financial plan. Every payday, she ensured that the loan repayment was her top priority. Her employer continued to offer support and encouragement throughout this challenging time. Seeking additional income. Marisol asked her oldest daughter, Pamela, studying at university, if she could look out for small extra jobs to make additional income. Due to Marisol's careful approach, she was able to avoid getting into a bad loan or borrowing too much money. The loans from her employer and the moneylender paid for Davina's treatment, and she got better. With her careful financial planning and Mrs. Thompson's support, she had secured her daughter's health but also fortified the bond between her and her employer. The moral of the story is, with financial planning and wise choices, you can avoid falling into a debt cycle.